you got to cover. What was your first leg hair shaving
I didn't have hair on my legs for like my first 30, 35 years because I was a bike racer as a teen. And so when it started to come in and I saw Breaking Away and he was in the bathroom shaving his legs, that scene is iconic in the movie. The poster's right behind Leah there. I didn't really know how to go about it. So I was just down in the basement with a Bic lighter, just the little soft hair of a 14-year-old, just holding it vertically, the leg. I didn't burn my skin, but I could just singe the hair off.
That had to have been the worst smelling basement in the history.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Paul Dooley comes out of the room, like he sees Dave like doing his thing, comes out of the room and goes, he's shaving. Yeah. So his legs. Yeah, that was kind of my experience. I'm pretty sure I tried like a depilatory cream first.
Mm-hmm.
So I used like Nair on my legs.
Yeah.
And
don't ever use it on your balls, ever.
I will take your advice and not try that. But that's what I did. It worked perfectly for me. It just smelled horrible. That was the only problem. That was my sister's, and I was borrowing it, and that's kind of like weird.
3 years later, I was like 17, and my parents, I think, got me an Epilady for Christmas.
I remember wanting one of those just because all the ads. I was like, "Oh, that would be great," and then people started going, "No, it's like rips it out from the roots. You don't want
from the roots, so it grows back very slowly, which is what you want." And they said by the 10th time that you rip it out, it doesn't hurt as much.
Sure.
I got to about 7 or 8, and I was like,
no, screw it. No, I started at 13.
Okay.
13, 14,
right.
Shaving my legs for cycling. And I covered this in a couple episodes back that people brought up to me. So I know they heard it, but yeah, then they figured it out in 8th grade by looking at my legs that I shaved.
BMX didn't shave legs, did they?
No, but for some reason, I was like you, Rob. I was about 14 years old, and I remember I was working in this little shop down in the town that a retail shop that my sister was actually my boss, and I was like, I just got curious one day, and I actually had to work later in the afternoon. So here I am, like 14 years old. I'm like, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to shave my legs, like full wool, straight up. Didn't know about like pre-shaving or anything like that. So I just was like, okay, loaded up with the shaving foam and went for it. And I cut the shit out of my legs. Like so bad. It was the worst experience ever. And then I went to work and I was like writhing in pain. And my sister's like, what's your problem? I'm like, and I showed her and she's like, Jesus Christ, what happened? And I told her. And
what were you shaving with?
Oh,
yeah, good question.
My dad's shaving cream and a razor.
Straight
I found.
razor?
Yeah. No, not a straight razor, but just like a Bic.
You have to understand.
That's one of the most generic razors you could ever find.
Guys, when we learn how to shave, we learn on our faces. We kind of learn those contours. When it comes to legs,
we don't know anything.
Here I am telling a woman about shaving her legs.
Mansplaining.
No, I'm trying to say that as young boys who have no experience with any of it, we don't understand that the contours are different. The first time I shaved my legs with an actual razor, I did an orange peel, like potato peel, right up the shin, right up the shin, right on the front of the shin.
I did that,
and it was just like,
yeah. You want a light touch. You want a light touch, right?
And then around the ankles.
It's like using the mandolin with your food. Just right off.
Dude, the feeling of that is terrible. And then when you have the flap of skin stuck in the razor.
Yeah, because it goes so quickly and easily because it's so sharp.
But you don't know anything happens yet because it doesn't bleed immediately.
Yeah, it's like white, and then it gets wet, and then it stings.
Oh,
yep. Miserable experience.
Having flashbacks.
Miserable. But
I could take it farther, Yeah.
You wouldn't know about that, would you? I mean,
no, I do. I remember when I first started experimenting with shaving my legs when I was young, and I didn't know if I was supposed to shave my arms too, so I did.
Ooh.
And then
like the lower part of your arms, and
makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Yeah, and I was just like, okay, well, this is kind of cool. I'm just going to keep going. Just kept going with it. And I think I learned later, nobody else shaves their arms. Okay, I guess I'll stop doing that.
Which doesn't make any sense. Why did you all shave your legs? What was the reason behind it?
Girls do, because it makes you, when you're young, you want to be like a woman, and grown women would shave their legs. So I wanted to start shaving my legs.
It was part of the, I would guess that it's a part of the horrible messaging that we had for women in that era. And that was a long time ago. So, it was mostly a patriarchal kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
no,
It was weird.
in terms of
Why didn't
cycling, in terms of racing, in terms of cycling.
Why did we?
I mean, yeah, why?
Well, we've covered this on before, but when you get down to the brass tacks of it, it's all about belonging. It was one of those things you learn that it's part of the culture, and you do it. Everyone has their own justification and reason for doing it. They think when they first do it, but the reality, the reason why we've stayed together with it is it's like showing it's becoming a part of the tribe.
Yeah, it's part of the community. Yeah, fair. Yeah,
You show
because
up at
let's
the
face it, you can
Saturday
go
morning-
just as fast with hairy legs. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You show up at the Saturday morning Harper ride, and there's 22 riders, and the two without shaved legs, the hairy legs.
Those are the ones you gotta
know
watch out for.
they're the worst of the bunch, which is not
Well,
true.
that used to be the
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
I would argue that that's not the case anymore. There are so many people that don't shave their legs anymore
Right.
that it really it seems almost meaningless to do it. But I don't know anybody who's a pro who doesn't shave their legs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
The riding reasons are for daily massage, which no amateur is getting massage, and then it's crash. You're going to be doing ace bandages. You're going to be wrapping your legs, and it's a lot easier to shave your legs before a crash than after a crash.
Yeah.
So that's really why you do
that's
it.
why I did it.
And then there's the ancillary ones of like maybe slight aerodynamics, but no. And then the if you're riding like a gritty race, your legs stay a lot cleaner, or you can wipe off with one swipe of a washcloth, so it's just a lot cleaner. And then the final one would just be vanity. I mean, when your legs are lean and fit,
It
the
looks
veins,
good.
They look really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you hit all the
actually-
points, Ken.
I remember at one point in time, Julie just hated it. She was like, I cannot stand that my husband is shaving his legs. And she goes, it's not. I go, why? It's not. Who cares? I mean, you can make your own choices about your body. I can make my own choices about my body.
This is not a Lou Reed song.
And she goes, she admitted at one point, she was like, it's not necessarily that as much as you shave them more often than I shave mine.
Ooh.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, your
you're
hair is more
showing her up.
coarse. I mean, I
Yeah.
shouldn't say that because everybody's different, but I imagine your hair is probably more coarse.
I'm trying to remember if Mike has ever snuck in and rubbed my legs before to kind of get an idea. But, have you met my wife? Have you been rubbing my wife's legs and you know that hers is less coarse? Or how's that
No,
work?
I haven't. Yeah, no, but we can put that on the bucket list of items to do. I'll come out there.
did
and
I like it. I like it.
I'll fly you out.
Fly him out for that. You won't fly him out for the podcast, but you'll fly him out for that.
Yeah, well,
Really?
two birds, one stone. The one thing I remember, Leah, you've asked this, and I want to say you asked Mike's brother Joel. Like, where do you stop?
Exactly. I'm always fascinated with like where men stop shaving, because it's like, do you have hair shorts? Do you just keep going all the way up to the armpits? I mean, where do you stop?
Do you go like head to toe, everything? Do you just
Because it's really awkward to have like no hair below your waist, but then have,
woolly
like, a hair
boxers,
chest.
woolly bikini?
No.
I saw a picture of Alejandro Valverde one time, and he had hair shorts. I laughed my ass off. I was like, I can't believe a man of this level
Right.
racing in the World Tour has hair shorts.
They
I
get
just
waxed,
thought it was
so you
great.
Get waxed.
So he had hair like underneath his shorts, and he cuts it off at the thigh, and then it's just shorts.
Yeah.
But when
Absolutely
you crash,
hysterical.
when you crash and the camera sees everything for the rest of the 30K, then you see, oh, he's
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd stop there. I mean, you hit your hips every time you crash. I mean, most of the time,
right.
you
And
know.
that's where the big bandages are going to go.
Well, I would say I would venture a guess that the argument would be it's the same belonging kind of thing. The only reason why he's even shaving up to the thigh is because he doesn't want to have hairy legs and be a pro.
No, the
You got to be a
therapist-
part of the culture, but at the same time, he may not be super excited about shaving above where he doesn't really have to.
But in the pros, the 1 hour massage at training camp and at the stage races and any select personal training where you have a massage therapist, they're going to spend half their time on your gluteus maximus. I mean,
But what if you have
You have a hairy
a problem? Yeah. What if you have a problem with like
Don't we
ingrown
all?
hairs? If
I
you
could never
start
shave my ass. I
shaving
could never
everything,
do it. Yeah.
just because you can't reach it, or
No, because it would
Just
be
on
so
moral
itchy.
principle.
It was so itchy. It was so itchy. It was unbelievable. Every time
that
I'd
2
be
days
putting
double.
shorts on.
It's tough to
The worst.
It's
It's the worst.
It's either all clean or let it go 4 days. But that 2 day in between, that's
Yeah, the
That's
ass
hard.
hair has to stay.
prickly.